Oh yes, my people. This is a very massive way and a very great sign that the Donald Trump and the US government they are interested in Mazen Kanu case and in what is happening in Nigeria. Now, the US congressmen, 10 of them, they are coming to visit Mazen Kanu in DSS custody, and also the issue of the court case that is coming up on 20th. So they are coming for it, and they are aware of what is really going on in Nigeria, and how Nigeria is handling the case of Mazin and Kano since the time they went to Kenya to kidnap him back to Nigeria. So in this video, you are going to listen to this our Biafran activist who is going to explain a lot concerning what is really going on in Nigeria and in international. So how they have been debating on Mazin Kano issue, and what that has been going on. Because if you look very well, the Northern Caliphate, the Fulanis, the Tinubu government, they are not happy due to how Trump is backing on Nigeria every time because of the evil, because of the thing that is going on in Nigeria. And this issue of Mazdan Kano, how can you be harboring terrorists in your country and treating them very well, but somebody that is just agitating for his freedom, and then since then you kidnap him and you locked him up without any process of releasing him, or any process of letting your courts to judge it in a fair way so that it will be released. Every day it will be coming to court and going back to court. So now the international body, they are now taking in charge, and they are now looking what is really going on in Nigeria. So as you're about to watch, like, subscribe, and share the video to go around. Let everyone see what is going on in Nigeria. Thank you for watching.
Yes, sir. Viewers, if you are watching, click on the like button, drop your comment, and also share this program to others. 10 US congressmen to visit NNAMDI Kanu in the DSS custody. What do you have to say about this?
Yes, the news filtered in a few days ago, and a lot of things has been coming up in that regard. Those US delegates is coming directly from the office of the presidency of the United States of America after acknowledging Mazen Nnamdi Kanu's letter to Trump, and acting on it. There has been series of meetings in that regard concerning the decision of the U.S. government over, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu's ordeal. Not only Mazen Nnamdi Kanu's ordeal, a lot of things was factored into that letter, that was officially written by Mazen Nnamdi Kanu himself to the United States government. Serious activity is being taken in that direction, as in the U.S. government themselves are beginning to because there's a louder outcry. There's an outcry. There's an outrage, over how Mazen Nnamdi Kanu case has been going in the Nigerian judicial system. A lot of manipulations and all that. And people are saying there's a law that to try him, and the man is saying there's no law that can try him. But we are seeing more and more international interventions on that regard. I think what prompted this, the U.S. government, sending people privately to Mazen Nnamdi Kanu in DSS custody was as a result of the letter Mazen Nnamdi Kanu wrote to the Oval Office that got an instant acknowledgement and breakthrough by United States of government. A wider jubilation for Mazen Nnamdi Kanu in that regard, because I do not know what is actually going to be the stand of Omotosho currently now, and of course the federal government currently now. There have been series of prophecies coming out from different men of God. All of them are just basically saying the same thing. That the time has come for total disintegration of Nigeria. The time has come for Mazen Nnamdi Kanu to be freed. The time has come, for Nigeria to become an ex-nation. And I think that's what they are trying to say. But so many things are being directed to, the office of the presidency, talking about Bola Ahmed Tinubu to do the needful now, because, a lot of people are saying they don't know what is going to come, in few days, months, from now, definitely that it is going to come. For U.S. government to start sending delegates to Masin Nnamdi Kanu for a private meeting, for a private talk, DSS are not going to, restrict them from accessing Masin Nnamdi Kanu. The Asu Rock is not going to restrict them from accessing Masin Nnamdi Kanu. But for the news we are hearing is that the meeting is already being factored around what is going to happen on 20th November, when there's going to be a sort of a deep legal battle from what we normally see in that regard. But you can see the gallant Mazi Nnamdi Kanu himself seems to have gathered enough momentum and properly fortified himself. Will also want to bring to their notice viewers all over the world that he went to Supreme Court to file a motion. Apart from that, a lot of things he has written to some, of course, I won't say the unfortunate organizations, who cannot come out and defend the reality on ground. The NBA, the fake medical report and all that, all of them have gotten copies in preparation, that nobody's going to hold him accountable for what is going to besiege, in Nigeria if care is not actually taken. And they're trying to draw the attention of the presidency to that regard. But unfortunately, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, like Engineer Baribe will say definitely that they do not know why Bola Ahmed Tinubu has not deemed it fit to, release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It's not about Eastern politicians for that regard. The fear is that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has become a rallying point, for South and Southeast now to become one block, and that's the fear. And once these blocks, regions, unfortunately, was created politically, this disengagement, I would like to call it segregation. Would I call it segregation? Separation of the entire eastern region by creating South, that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu presence is going to bring formidability in that regard, and possibly unite the two regions. And once the two regions are able to unite, the North will no longer be comfortable with that, and of course the presidency will not be comfortable with that. And secondly, the Asu Rock will not have anything to lay their hand on, because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu currently now is you can see how the Nigerian Student Union gathered around and was able to present, an award to him. Somebody that's in DSS. That to tell you that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has become a phenomenon in Nigeria generally. Currently now is the most popular person to talk about, when it comes to freedom fighting, in Nigeria, in Africa, and around the world now. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is being celebrated even by his enemies and others, given the revelation coming from the NAS president himself, who came out publicly and shared an experience with him and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu right there in DSS custody. So see, it's going to be, like a spirit. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has become a spirit. It has become an icon. You don't know where to hold. You don't know who is to hold. Because he has attracted so much attention in Nigeria. Just one man, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So definitely, they are going to send a serious signal, and also there's pressure on Omotosho, definitely, to rescue himself from the matter, to resign, to not even to attend to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case, but the mission of those U.S. congressmen is going to be a secret one between them and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Whatever that is going to be discussed there might not be made public to the press, but they are coming directly from office of Mr. President, talking about United States government under Donald Trump, who acknowledged that letter and sent those powerful delegates. But I think one of the names actually factored in, if I can remember, is it Raymond or what? Raymond, I don't know. Yes, if I can correct. I think, I'm not Ted Cruz and so many of them. This thing has attracted a lot of congressmen. I can remember a few days ago that 7 lawmakers, stepped into the issue of what the NATO chief was trying to say, that there have been, solidarity to the office of the president to recognize that's Gutan Jang, to recognize Biafra as a nation. It is nobody's business, of course. We cannot be. There's need for Biafra, and I can tell you that there's need for Biafra to go their separate ways, with all its territorial powers restored, and not this issue of South and South. That is totally rubbish. The ancient Biafra will stand as an ancient kingdom. That's what we're talking about at this point in time, and that's what the world has come to understand this time around. So Omotosho might definitely be on the run or be in a state of amankameme because of you don't know how the whole thing is going to be like, because you don't know the result of what is going to transpire between the U.S. Congress and delegates to DSS office and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu at the end of the day. It's a sign of victory, in a sign of what is going to come in the nearest future. That Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and of course, has been recognized all over the world as one of the freedom fighters, but not a terrorist.
Viewers, if you are still watching, click on the like button, drop your comment, and also share this program to others. In conclusion, what are you predicting or expecting from court on the 20th of this month?
Yes, either the presiding judge Somoto rescue himself from the matter that he has no jurisdiction over, no matter how manipulative, whatever thing they are going to manipulate on it, so be it. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has gone to a Supreme Court and to file a motion in that regard. Has written to so many organizations in that, including United States government. There may be international intervention if Omotosho decide to proclaim a jail term for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. There will be national outcry, and of course, I'm trying to tell you, there's already a mass protest in that regard that's going to spring up all over Nigeria and all over Africa if Omotosho try anything funny that day. We are expecting that Omotosho should do the needful. We know he's under the influence of certain people. Not to release Mazi Nnamdi, not to pronounce Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's bail or freedom at the end of the day. We know those who are behind it, that are putting pressure. But unfortunately, the president doesn't want to do the needful. So, if he fails to do the needful, then people will do the needful for him, and that's what he stands. Omotosho should go ahead and do the needful by setting Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, proclaiming Mazi Nnamdi Kanu free on the 20th of November. If he fails to do that, then the consequences is what we are talking about now. How would Nigeria look like if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is being sentenced to a life imprisonment?
Viewers, if you are still watching, make sure you click on the like button, drop your comment, and share this program to others. Subscribe if you have not done so. God bless you and have a nice day.
That is it, my people. Let's see what Omotosho will do on that same day, on that 20th, because the way everything is going, I would say he's confused. Both the people that sent him to sentence Nnamdi Kanu and the people that is watching. So everybody knows the right thing and everybody knows what he needs to do. Himself, he knows what he needs to do, just that he's trying to play game over it. So my people, I would like you to watch this video where this northern man that saw Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in DSS detention, what he find out and the truth he said about concerning Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So sit by, don't go anywhere, and watch it to the end.
My people, this is just the beginning.
As a northerner, why do I like the Igbo people? Most of them are resilient and they are courageous. That does not mean you don't have cowards among them. When you say a particular tribe has this character, what it means is that more than 70% of them, they have that character. But you can still have some persons again who do not have such characters. So now this is a region that more than 70% of them are resilient. They are very hardworking. They are courageous. And they love their leader. We in the north, we also love him. Mr. President, I appeal to you. In the interest of national healing, I appeal to you, please, let this case be discontinued so that we can have peace in the southeast. So that we can have peace in the entire country. And it will be to your credit that during your tenure, the southeast was stabilized. It is far better. And the votes you are looking for, you will get it easily without spending money. Because in the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, he does not need to give people money. After his invitation, look at what we are going through because of him. Because we believe in him. So that's the appeal to Mr. President. And the President, let me say this, he's a listening President. You'll be shocked that before 20 this case will be considered. Because I wrote a letter to President Tinubu, less than a month, he replied. I was shocked. How is this possible? That's the president of over 200 million people. How is it? I have written letters to governors. For more than 2-3 months, they have not replied. And you, as the president of the entire country, you are replying in less than a month. How do you do this? So that's why I'm using this medium to appeal to President Tinubu. There's no need for this case to continue like this again. Let it come to an end. Political settlement is the best way so that we can have peace in the country.
What do you say to those who argue that Kanu detention is illegal under international law? Some others say that he's a terrorist, all kinds of allegations. What is the truth? Given the little you know about him, your interaction with him in the last 2 months while in detention, what do you think?
I think by my little exposure and my stay in the north and in some other parts of the country where I have had cause to listen to persons who have directly or indirectly met with terrorists, I should know one when I see a terrorist. A terrorist will not be talking about peace. I was shocked when I met with NNAMDI KANU. He was always emphasizing about peace and justice. So a terrorist will not want people to live peacefully. A terrorist, you see, there are some things I don't want to reveal because of the security implication. But because there are some persons in detention that anytime they have opportunity, because not all the time they bring you out, when they have opportunity to see NNAMDI KANU, the Fulani girl that the first time I met her in that detention was when I saw her with NNAMDI KANU. She had gone there to complain, to ask for favor. So I was like, why is this? Yeah, because they don't usually allow that. That's one good thing about the DSS facility. They don't allow that at all. But the girl was to be taken out for medication. So she saw NNAMDI KANU and quickly started talking to her because she doesn't speak English fluently, and there was a gap in communication. So I had to come in. I realized that she has more confidence in NNAMDI KANU than even her own father. By the way she was talking, Mazi was consoling her that do this, do this. She said she was even complaining that she has stayed here for a long time. She doesn't want. She was talking about even committing suicide. Mazi was consoling her and telling her what to do. That's the kind of, if a terrorist will not bring, I'm talking about a Fulani lady, and they are virtually all tribes you find there. Everybody in the detention facility rallies around NNAMDI KANU, and the way he was always speaking to me, a terrorist will not be talking like that. And okay, another thing again, on a Salah day, that Salah I spent in detention, the big Salah, I as a Muslim, I felt irritated. But even Mazi, he doesn't, he tolerates all of these things. Because on that Salah day, after during the celebration, the Muslims usually shout Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, but they were shouting. So I was calling them. You see, this detention facility, they are Muslims, they are Christians, they are others. Aside that, you don't have, it's not, even if they are, all of us are Muslims, you don't have to shout and disturb others. At this particular time, some persons want to sleep, some persons wants to just sit down quietly. You cannot be shouting like this. But throughout, for the 3 days that happened during in the detention facility, he will not complain. Instead, those who want to come, because when people have problem, they run to him, not even to DSS officers who are supposed to take care of us. He will tell them, no, it's just for a short period of time. Just be patient. When you live with people, you have to tolerate them. I was angry, but he was calming others down, because me, I was also telling those that were invited, no, you don't have the right to shout. We are all here. Even if all of us are even Muslims, you don't shout. Some persons will want to sleep. But because I lead prayers in the detention facility also, but some persons, most problems that we have in this country is as a result of ignorance. But they couldn't challenge me because they know that I am a Muslim, and I also one of their leaders, even in the detention facility, because I lead prayers. Then it was when I came that we started even doing the Friday Juma prayers. But I told them that if you want to worship God, you don't have to disturb another person. At any act of worship where another person will feel injured or another person's peace will be taken away, that is not an act of worship that will be rewarded. Now we don't have to raise our voices. In fact, even when I do recitation, I bring my voice down so that it doesn't disturb others. So I was always telling that this is how a religion should be practiced. It should not be a source of problem to people. But Mazi was not complaining. So if he's a terrorist, I have not seen anything that will make me. That's why I believe in him. I believe in him 100%, more than I believe in my state governor, more than I believe in virtually all Nigerian leaders. And
That is the sign of a leader. Muslim can possess the quality of a leader and everything that a leader need in anywhere, in any country. So everybody have seen that he's not a terrorist according to Nigerian government. He used to tag him a terrorist. So my people, I would like to hear your comments down below. Like, subscribe, and share the video to go around. Let others see the real thing is going on in Nigeria. And thank you for watching.